Guys, I'm Nicole and welcome to my channel. I hope you are doing well. We have been doing pretty good around here. We've had just our normal stuff going on. We've been homeschooling. We actually finished with a couple of our subjects, which is super exciting because we are nearing the end of the year and I'm really looking forward to having more time to spend out in my garden. I love being outside, and when we don't have as much schoolwork to do, we can spend more time outdoors, which is always really fun for me and for the kids. And so I'm excited about that, and we're just, plugging along and almost done. So we'll probably be done in about a month or so, maybe a little more than a month for a couple of our subjects, but we are almost there, and so that is so exciting. I wanted to talk to you guys a little bit today about a recent trip my husband and I took. We have just celebrated our 18th wedding anniversary. And so that was really exciting for me. We're getting closer and closer to 20 years, and I love my husband dearly. He's just perfect for me, and so it was just really a good time to be able to celebrate our anniversary together. We were planning to just go for a little day trip, I guess you could say. We were going to drive up to Pigeon Forge in the Gatlinburg area because we really enjoy eating at a restaurant called the Old Mill, and also we were going to go to Parrot Mountain, which is just a place I like to visit. We haven't been there in years, and I was just trying to think of something within driving distance that would be kind of fun to do just my husband and I to do together, because a lot of times we do those types of things with the whole family, which is awesome. I really love doing that. But I thought it would be really fun to do because there's just lots of little interactive exhibits, and I love birds, I love them a lot. We have lots of pet birds, and so yeah, I was excited to try for us to do that. And so that was our plan. And then I learned like a day or two before we were going to go that somebody that is very important and special to me had an event going on, and I wasn't invited to it, and it just made me so, I guess got down in the dumps, I guess you could say. And at which point my 21-year-old daughter convinced me to go ahead and try to spend the night away for a night, just keep my mind off it. It was going to be the same day as this event, and I thought, that probably is a very good idea. And also let me mention that this is my second marriage. My first husband passed away I guess I was pregnant with our third child when he passed away. So I just wanted to put that in there because I know sometimes there's questions if I say that we've been married for 18 years and then our 21-year-old, said something, and so I just wanted to clarify that. But anyway, she talked me into it. And so we were going to violin that day, and I was just trying to find something that was just clean and inexpensive for us to be able to spend one night away. To be honest, Pigeon Forge isn't my absolute favorite place to spend overnight at. It's a very busy place. It's, huge tourist area, and so it's not the most, I guess, relaxing environment. And so at first we were looking at, at cabins and stuff like that, but all of the cleaning fees that were attached to that would bump up the cabin cost to around $500, and just to spend one night away, I didn't really want us to have to pay for that cleaning fee. And so we started looking for hotels that had good clean ratings, and we ended up booking the last room available at the Margaritaville Lodge in Pigeon Forge. And it was really nice. It probably wouldn't have been my first choice. Again, I was really looking to more of a cabin. And I was even looking at a lot of the hotels that maybe were more cabin themed instead of beach themed. I mean, we were going to go to the mountains, but it didn't work out. Everything was booked up, and I wanted something that had, decent and good reviews. And so that's what we did, and we left on Saturday right after lunch. I was able to get in a good run before we left, and I was able to just get a few other odds and ends done around here, which was good. And so we left, and we drove up to Pigeon Forge, and we went to Cheddar's, which was great. I really love to eat there. There's a Cheddar's pretty close to our house in Cleveland, Tennessee, that we go to on a regular basis, I guess you could say, when we have our date nights, and we've taken our kids there before. But I really like eating there because they have a vegetable plate that that I really like. I really like their vegetables there, and it's like $10. So it's not too expensive. And so I really do like it. I do love their croissants too, even though I know those croissants are not very good for me. But I try to get as much of the butter off as I can, and then I eat a croissant too. And so I am I'm mostly plant-based, and so I try to be aware of that type of thing. But we went to Cheddar's, and then we checked into our resort, and we got there. I knew that, it was going to be more of like I wouldn't say a party environment, but just a little bit more of a loud environment. It'd be in Margaritaville, and it was with their campsite as well. And so there was lots of campers there. And so like you get out of the car and there's music playing in the parking lot, and there's just a lot going on in the resort. There's an arcade. They had live music the night we stayed there. But I mean, it was super nice. It was very, very nice. It was very clean. And, if I needed to, I would stay there again, definitely. It just wasn't probably the quiet, romantic, I guess, atmosphere I was kind of looking for. But anyhow, so we checked into our resort, and after that, we decided to go to the island, which is another place that's kind of like a touristy place. We hadn't been in a couple of years, but I thought that might be fun. But honestly, after we got there, I thought, I don't really want to be here. It was so loud. There was so many people. It was like overload, senses overload. And so we didn't stay there too long. I was able to get my kids a couple of souvenirs at a toy store there, which was nice. They really enjoyed their little toys that I picked out. But we left there, and it was so funny. I was like, let's go to Lowe's. Let's find a plant store, because I want to look at plants. I love looking at plants. And at that point, it was late enough in the day that any kind of like, hometown garden center was closed. And so Lowe's and Home Depot was like the only thing that would be open. So we drove to Sevierville and went to Lowe's, and that was very nice and relaxing. And I really enjoyed looking at those plants. And so that was very fun. And then we went back to the hotel, and we discovered that our room was literally right above the arcade, and so we could hear the arcade going, but it was like very muffled, but you could still hear the arcade going through the night, which was, or at least until I fell asleep. I don't know if people were there all night long, but and so that was just, it was okay. It wasn't the end of the world, but again, just kind of noisy, kind of different than I would have, preferred, I guess you could say. But we woke up the next morning, and we decided to go to the Old Mill for breakfast. We actually went to Little Dolly's first. That's just a fun shop that we like to go to, or I like to go to. They make quilts in-house, and they make the cutest little frilly girl dresses, and so we went there. And we were planning to go to the Old Mill for like an early lunch, to be there around 11, but we got there around 10:15. And after debating for a couple of minutes, decided to go ahead and go in for breakfast, and it was really good. I ended up having an omelet. Again, I was like, you know what? This is our anniversary. I'm just going to do it. It's fine, because I do try to I try to eat predominantly plant-based, but it was a very good omelet. I had a veggie omelet, and got most of the cheese off of it. I had these wonderful little banana muffins. They were so good. And I just really, really enjoyed that. And then we decided to head to Parrot Mountain. And it was supposed to be open. It's supposed to be open every day in March. And it was cold. It was just below freezing at this point. But we get there, and there's a big banner saying that it's closed because of the weather, because it's too cold. And so we had to regroup, and I'm like, okay, what are we gonna do now? And Dollywood is actually right next to Parrot Mountain, or not right next, but it's very close to Parrot Mountain, and we have Dollywood passes. And I didn't know what I wanted to do. I did not know. Rusty was up for anything. He didn't care. And I said, you know what, let's go walk around Dollywood for a little bit, because it'd be kind of fun, just me and him. We could go through all the stores, and I just thought it would be fun. And so that's what we did. And they actually had a lot of their rides closed because it was so cold. We only stayed there for about 2 hours, but it was just fun to walk around the shops. We rode 3 small little rides, and at first all of their bigger rides were closed because it was so cold, but by the time we were leaving, they were starting to open up. But It was nice to get just, I don't know, I was ready to walk around in like a theme park type environment. I was thinking we were going to go to Parrot Mountain, so we did that, which was fun. And then we went to Laurel Falls and we did that hike. It's about 1.5 miles, I guess, each way, something like that. We walked close to 3 miles. It might have been 2.5 miles, but it was a beautiful, beautiful walk, and I really enjoyed it. And I've got some new parakeets in my bedroom, so hopefully they won't be too loud, but I've got a couple new babies in my bedroom. Like I said, I love birds, and this is something that my husband and I, well, my husband doesn't really care about parakeets, to be honest, but he allowed me to have, and so they are in our bedroom right now. But anyway, so let's see, after that we just started to go back home. Let me see if I can get one of these out and show you. Here, baby. So this is Mia. And so we went to Petland, and there was these little parakeets for sale that would step on your hand, they'd step up, and I thought, I want to do that. I want to go ahead and get a couple of parakeets. So I got 2. Isn't she pretty? I'm going to go ahead and put her back. There you go, baby. Anyhow, and so after we went on our walk, we drove almost halfway home and then stopped at a Mexican restaurant. And so it was really fun. But yeah, it was a great, nice time, like for my husband and I to spend the time together. And so I just wanted to share a little bit of that with you. I know I haven't been as active lately on Instagram or on my blog, and I'm trying very hard to do a video here once a week, but it's just, I don't know, so much going on with life right now. I guess emotionally, I'm having just a few things going on right now with a certain person, which is okay. I mean, as far as, our lives go, they're not always gonna go exactly as we'd like them to, but, so I don't know, I've been feeling the need to just kind of be a little more quiet, not really put myself out there quite as often as I was. But anyhow, hope you guys have a really great week, and I will talk with you soon.